Okay, so a few hours ago I posted a video of 7 teams that will carry on this Kage League, and of course every team had Naruto and Sasuke because they are the best units in the game. That video was 7 teams that will carry, 7 teams that will carry if you've been playing the game for a month and you never summon, you know? But this video I have teams without the new Naruto and Sasuke. Now I have to say this, I said it on Twitter, I'm gonna say a little bit nicer because I was angry, but Kage League is endgame. The thing is that Kage League is I mean, super impacts are pretty hard, but Kage League is the most difficult activity in Blazing. It is, it just is. So it's a game mode that needs a lot of time, a lot of grinding, a lot of summoning in correct banners to actually compete. If you've been playing the game for a little while and you summon in Blazing festivals, you're not supposed to play Kage League. You can play Qualifier, Qualifier is okay. Qualifier, you can qualify, get S10, get the 40 pearls. I recommend you always getting S10. Try your best, just try your best. But Kage League is hard. If you can't do it, don't feel bad about it, you know? If you can't get top 5,000, if you cannot get top 5,000, don't feel bad about it. It is end game. It is supposed to be difficult. So yeah, just wanted to put that out of the way. And also one thing, I want people to comment. So I also received comments saying, oh, I don't have Final Fight Naruto and Sasuke, Blazing Bash Naruto and Sasuke, Blazing Bash Minato, Blazing Bash Hinata, and 5 Kage League Minato, what do I do? Again, you should play the game more and acquire some of those units. I mean, Kage League Minato you can't, but acquire some of the best units and play. But I want you to comment, for how long have you been playing Naruto Blazing? And if you've been missing any of these units. So, how long you've been playing, and then after that, the units that you're missing out of this list. Because I'm actually curious. Because I've been playing the game for a while. I have all these units. In my secondary account that is free to play, I have all of those units. And I'm just curious. I don't have Final Fight Naruto actually on my free to play account. But I'm out of all those units that I just mentioned, I'm just curious. Because I feel like a lot of people that don't have any of these units are pretty new. But I could be wrong. Could it be just the thing of not knowing what banner to summon and not getting lucky? But let me just shut up and start. So, again, these are just teams without the Blazing Bash Naruto and Sasuke. Of course, you need good units to play Kage League. You just cannot go here with a Mecha Naruto and a level 120 killing Sasuke and expect to get top 5,000 easily. You need good teams. So, first team is this one. This is one of the more up-hand teams that I cooked. So, Hinata, of course. Hinata is the most essential unit, to be honest. The fastest unit, of course, is going to be the most essential unit. And I have the Final Valley units. Suggested Spav's Mother is a unit that everyone should have, okay? Like, I mean, again, if you're new, maybe not. But if you've been playing for a while, everyone should have Suggested Spav's Mother. Blazing Bash Minato super fast, and Gaara. Gaara, if you have dupes on him, he nullifies being immobilized by killing, not killing Sasuke, sorry, by Rinnegan Sasuke, which is the best thing to do. Like, if you have him fully duped somehow, he nullifies being immobilized by the Rinnegan Sasuke. That's why he's good. If you have like 1 or 3 dupes, is also good, because Rinnegan Sasuke doesn't have the highest chance of immobilizing anyways. So just by reducing it a little bit, it's already good enough. But yeah, moving on. I have a team with Kage League Minato, and I do have a Sasori. So this team is a little bit worse, but the whole premise is getting Sasori's ultimate. Sasori is pretty tanky, but the whole thing is either you use Minato to make him go back. This could also be like this, but you know, any of these. Either you make him go back with Minato, and then you don't use Sasori, and just use this Minato right here to use the jutsu, or you can use Sage 6 Pev's Mother to do some damage, get an ultra combo for Sasori, and then use Minato. Minato is giving Sasori a 40% resistance to mobilization, so that's good. And then Minato himself is very fast, so if you get a chakra for Sasori, he's gonna be at 5 chakra. You use Minato, Minato is gonna come back really easily, really fast, and Sasori might come back with the ultimate. That's the whole premise. And then the last lane can also help with Sage Naruto or Rage Obito. Whenever I use any unit that may go back and is at the bottom, it could be Rage Obito, it could be Sage Naruto, whoever you have, and then Hinata. Again, Hinata is the most essential unit. Just a beast. I didn't have Hinata on JP, and that hurt. You really did. You really did. Moving on. Now I have OT. And again, the final valleys. This team didn't have final valleys. I didn't want to include that, but I do have on this one. So let's say you don't have Gaara, you know. Hinata in the first hand in Final Valley Sasuke. I did put Final Valley Sasuke, because if you can combo Final Valley Sasuke and Final Valley Naruto, you can do some really good damage. Then Minato, he's gonna be nullifying being switch sealed, so at least you can use Naruto, no problem. He can be immobilized though, if you're being jutsued with Rinnegan Sasuke. OT nullifies being immobilized with Shikamaru behind him, and Shikamaru is a busted unit. If your enemy doesn't have Blazing Bash Naruto or Sasuke with full dupes, you can immobilize them, and the moment you immobilize them with Shikamaru, he's probably out of the game. Shikamaru's mobilization is so busted. And Shikamaru was pretty much handed during the 3rd anniversary. You could buy copies of him, so if you have one of him with a dupe, it's already good enough. You don't need max dupes. One dupe and you're good enough. Okay, this other one. A lot of people were mentioning this. Why didn't you have a team with Hinata and Kidding Sasuke behind her? When you're using the Blazing Bashes, Naruto and Sasuke, I don't see a reason to have Hinata and Kidding Sasuke, but if you don't, that is actually a good strategy. Just have Hinata and Kidding Sasuke. If your enemy doesn't have the same setup, or like maybe Hinata and the Bravery Blazing Bash Madara. No, I'm sorry, not Blazing Bash. Bravery Super Impact Madara. I mean, the Blazing Bash also works because it's also giving speed, but I'm talking the free-to-play because he can make you go back, right? But with Kidding Sasuke, you can possibly immobilize maybe his first lane that has Hinata probably, or the second lane if he's using this Minato right here in the second lane and he's not syncing with Wisdom. So you have a lot of variety right there. And Kidding Sasuke, still, he's getting the 50 speed, so he's decently fast and he can reset. Not the highest chance, I mean it's 30%, it's pretty good. Pretty good reset, 30%. So you can reset, maybe you can even come back again and immobilize again. And as you can see, this team is pretty degenerate. Also I have Shikamaru. Shikamaru is reducing Minato's chance of being immobilized. And Minato, he's not going to be nullifying being switch sealed because Kidding Sasuke is not a hidden leaf unit. So when you switch them, he's going to be unsynced. But if you don't get sync skill, if you don't have switch sealed, you can use Shikamaru and immobilize as well. So that's a good strategy. And I put OT here. It could be any tank, any one that you have. I just put OT because I like him, and he reduces chance of being immobilized anyways. But his jutsu is very strong against Blazing Bash Naruto, and Sage Pev's Mother is also really strong unit. I think this is actually one of the best teams, I feel like. And then boom, I have this one. This one is less conventional. I do have Sakura. If you pulled Sakura, I do talk trash about Sakura a lot, but Sakura, she kind of is a mini Rinnegan Sasuke, sort of. She does have the AoE mobilization. If you get a good map for her, and maybe you can immobilize Hinata, and if he's using the usual setup, which is Hinata, Bravery Minato, and Wisdom Minato, or Hinata, Wisdom Minato, Bravery Minato, you have a potential of immobilizing Hinata and the Wisdom Minato. I don't have Wisdom Minato right here, but let's pretend this is Wisdom Minato. Most of the time, people are using this synced with, he nullifies immobilization if he's synced with long range, by the way. So you can't immobilize him. But if you can immobilize 2 of his lanes, that's gonna be huge. And I put Kage League Minato. This could be Blazing Bash, Wisdom Minato. Again, just a placeholder. Whatever unit that is like a unit that looks like the other could be switched. And Final Valley Naruto. Could be Final Valley Sasuke. Again, more like a placeholder. It could be Sage 6 Pev's Madara. It's more like the team build. OT, again, could be another unit. Just put OT here because, again, I like him. And this Obito. Now, this Obito, a lot of people are overlooking him. He is really good. This Obito is really good. He is decently tanky. 50k health, damage reduction, 30%, damage reduction buddy skill, and he makes them go back on speed gauge. Now, he's not very fast. If you can overlook that, having him at the end can make your whole enemy team go back. I've seen that happen to me many times when I'm facing someone that has him and I don't pay attention. So he is actually a very good unit that I think a lot of people should use if they don't have a better unit to use. Moving on, I have this team right here. This is kind of like the first one, not the first one, this one right here. but instead I do have the Minato comboed with Blazing Bash Bravery Madara, because then he becomes super fast, and then he can make your enemy go back and stuff. And again, Hinata in killing Sasuke is a good strategy. And I put Sage 6 Pev's Madara right here. It can be, again, OT, it can be any tank that you want. I put Sage 6 Pev's Madara because of the long range sync skill. So if the enemy is also using Hinata in killing Sasuke, he cannot immobilize Minato. I know it's only one of the units that he can't immobilize, but at least it's good. It's a good thing to have. And then as well, Madara is pretty tanky still. If you get Jutsu, you can be bombarded with Jutsus, and Madara is still probably gonna tank because of how much damage reduction he has, dodge, how much health he has. And then he's reducing chance of being immobilized. And then again, if let's say Blazing Bash Body Naruto keeps taking away Madara's chakra, maybe he doesn't switch seal him, you can switch to Shikamaru Immobilize. So that's pretty much the idea. And this is the last team. Again, not this one at first glance isn't looking interesting, but if you don't have Hinata, this would be much better with Hinata right here, ignore Gaara, and then put Minato in the second lane. But if you don't have Hinata, Minato can be a good replacement. Again, I didn't have Hinata on JP, and I used Minato as my speed lead. And then if you have Kakashi, or Itachi, or any unit that could be a good unit, should be like a 50-50, or a good chance of winning, like the Sakura that I gave in this example right here. You could switch the Kakashi for if you don't have him, but Kakashi would be the best for the premise. This is a 50-50 chance of winning. Use Kakashi, you hope for the switch seal and the Jutsu seal if they can be switched to the Jutsu sealed, and if you do hit him, nice. And then Gaara, as I said, reduces chance of being immobilized. Again, the best thing to do would be to have Hinata in the first lane and the Minato in the second lane, but again, this is if you don't have Hinata. Final Fight Naruto, just for damage, and then Sage 6 Pev's Madara, Shikamaru again. Not the best team, but still a viable team, I feel like. And yeah, I've seen worse people with worse teams that are on top 2000 on Kage League right now, because they send me pictures on Twitter. You can do it, just gotta try. But yeah, I hate the Blazing Bashes. I said many times, people think I love them or something. I hate the Blazing Bashes. It really ruins PvP, because if you don't have them, you are at such a major disadvantage. You really are. When I was putting the best teams I could find, all of them could use both the Blazing Bashes, and I was like, okay. Yeah, but yeah. Try out these teams if you can. Again, if you don't have any of these units, just keep playing the game, keep farming pearls, summon on banners that have good PvP units. I know summoning for Blazing Festival 3rd Anniversary Wisdom Kakashi was cool, but he was not a viable PvP unit. And like, you gotta stay away from those banners. If you wanna qualify and be competitive on Kage League, you want to be away of banners that don't have PvP units. That's what I've been doing personally, because PvE, it wraps up difficulty, but PvP is the main end game. And especially if you're free to play, my free to play Blazing global account majorly focus on PvP because of that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and good luck on Kage League. You're probably gonna need it.